Hey guys, so welcome to My Way Tarot. This will be a general weekly reading for Pisces placements. So if you have Pisces as your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury or North Node in your birth chart, this reading will be for you. Everything you need to know about myself, the reading or the channel can be found in the description box below. So we're just going to use this deck of cards today. This is the Modern Witch Tarot. Angels of love and light, could we please have clear and concise messages for Pisces placements? What do they need to know? What do they need to hear in regards to the current energies for the 2nd to the 8th of June 2025? What do they need to know? What do they need to hear? Please and thank you. Just cutting up the deck for you now. Wow, okay. I had a bit of difficulty there. So we have extra cards. We have the Three of Cups at the bottom of the deck, with the Four of Cups, the Six of Cups. We have the Ten of Swords, everything is fine. Strength, and then the Six of Wands. Okay, so Leo coming through quite heavily here. And we have the Ace of Cups and then Ten of Swords again. 10-10 may be significant, or 1-1-1, 4-4-4, 8-8-8, or 6-6-6, or 3-3-3. You may be seeing those numbers in particular. But I feel like, guys, you know, with that Ten of Swords, everything is fine, and Ten of Swords, I mean, usually you're meant to kind of take one of those cards out of the deck, but I keep them in there just as extra confirmation because they represent different things slightly with the everything is fine. So I feel predominantly that, yeah, you're over it. Things haven't been necessarily fine. I feel like all you've been wanting or craving is a sense of balance and harmony or peace to do with the situation. I'm hearing let the good times roll. So I feel like you haven't been having a good time and you're wanting that so much for yourself. And I feel like you're at your kind of wit's end with something. So there could have been something that happened maybe recently that was literally like the final nail in the coffin. And you're like, what is going on here? Like, I'm at my wit's end. I want something to change about the scenario. When is this new beginning coming through for me? Or when is this chance to create this something different that can be for myself coming through? Right, I'm getting that. So maybe you felt like something was very much out of your hands, felt relatively powerless to a situation, but I feel like there's some sort of internal dialogue that's kind of changing, and you're claiming your power back in some way and claiming some sort of autonomy to a particular situation, claiming that sovereignty, that authority, and be like, actually, maybe I can do something more about this situation. Maybe if I try something a bit different, like trial and error, I can change whatever it is that I'm dealing with right now rather than settling or accepting something for exactly what it is, right? I'm getting that overall vibe. So I want to pull some more cards because these definitely wanted to come through. We have the Knight of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, Sagittarius coming in. That's incredibly powerful for that to come through, right? Because obviously I just said that we had the two different representations of the Ten of Swords pretty much back to back here. And then we have another 10. So 10, 10, 10 is coming through. So you break that down with numerology, it's 111. So yes, you've been wanting or trying to manifest or hoping that the tides will turn in your favor to do with something in particular that's felt very heavy. And that's exactly what's happening. Like, there is this sense of change. There's a breakthrough, there's a turning point here, and this is going to make you feel very happy with that Nine of Cups, okay? So I feel like whatever you've been dealing with is very much a temporary situation, but it may have felt like it's lasted a very long time. And there's been this air of frustration or irritation surrounding whatever this is. So I feel like you're claiming or calling your power back. Yeah, with the King of Pentacles and the Star. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and Aquarius energy coming through with the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, absolutely. With the Page of Wands. So yeah, I feel like you're actually pulling back your energy. You're claiming your power back. You're stepping into your power. and you're feeling a lot more self-empowered, or you will do, this week, right? I feel like there's something you've been holding out on, to come through for you, or a situation to change up, and this is the time when this is happening for you, okay? And once there's this sense of momentum, right, with whatever this is, it picks up very quickly. I'm hearing the snowball effect, right? So if this has been pertaining a love situation, like a love connection, if you're, in a relationship with someone and it's felt a bit maybe one-sided, or it's felt a bit hit and miss to do with it, like broken down communication, or you could sense that somebody was holding back from you, or you've been holding back or retreating a little bit from this person, either because of something that happened in the dynamic to do with this connection, or about something externally to this connection that you had been dealing with, and you may have felt like, you weren't able necessarily to share intimately what was going on, or felt like you wanted to open up to this person. So you could be feeling called to open up, um, or open up to somebody else, if not necessarily them. First and foremost, before coming back to openly let somebody know of what you're dealing with, if it's externally, right, that there's been a particular issue, or if you're single, right, and there's been a separation or what have you between a person, there could be, an important reconciliation or a reunion taking place, whereby if the both of you had held on back here from communicating with each other, then I feel like there's a sense of opening up, because there may have been some sort of blockages that needed to be attended to before there was a sense of vulnerability in sharing, how you were potentially feeling about this connection, or about that period of time where you have been separated from this person, right? So I'm picking up on a few energies here, okay? The other thing is that if you have, really struggled to do with your finances, I'm getting this energy of multiplication. So your energy is, feeling a lot more kind of resurged, revitalized, especially with you receiving of these finances. I feel like you're trying to get into that energy first and foremost, to then receive of this, or you've been trying to do of this and it's been a bit difficult, but there's something that's coming through for you to give you that helping hand, so then you can continue to have that sense of belief in what it is that, you're kind of going through at this time, and that you're able to overcome whatever obstacle this is, especially if you had issues with, um, a business, or to do with your job maybe, or your career path, what have you. I do feel like there is somebody who, is going to lighten things up for you in the week, right? If things have felt very heavy, you may be getting together with an old friend, or there could be somebody that you work with that reaches out and says, look, let's just go and, talk things through. I'm there if you need, or potentially I'm hearing like blow the cobwebs away, which is really interesting. So maybe you haven't had a chance to really go out and enjoy yourself, or have a bit of fun, let your hair down type of thing. So somebody could be like inviting you somewhere. Um, and this is going to really take a load off. Like, this is going to feel really good for you. You're going to enjoy yourself. I'm hearing not to kind of overdo it though. I'm hearing everything in moderation. So, for instance, like, you may have gone a while where you haven't gone out or had a drink with friends, or, I'm not getting an energy of like you're sober as such, but, because of like overdoing it. But I feel like there's this sense of like going out for one or two, right? Rather than kind of going full out to, get inebriated. That's what I'm picking up on. And you have a really good time with whoever this is. Um, and that kind of just lightens things up. It's like, when you've just gone out and you're like, oh, I really needed that, that was really fun, and now I feel like everything's kind of settled and balanced in again, and I'm in this position where I can really tackle whatever it is, ahead of me, because I'm not carrying on to this baggage or this stress of whatever I've been dealing with. um Yeah, I'm picking up on that, and I feel like for some of you, you've actually been taking on a lot from others here, where it's not just necessarily your own concerns, your own issues. I feel like you have been, very much of a support for somebody else, but potentially you may have felt like you were dealing with whatever this is on your own, right? I don't know why I'm getting that, but I am. I see. I just like sighed. So I feel like there will be a sigh of relief, but I feel like there's this energy of like just exhaustion as well. So yeah, I'm definitely getting. It's like somebody saying, "Look, let's go out and get out the house." Okay, the sun's out. Let's go and get some fresh air and go out for a nice walk or something like this, just to kind of, even if you're not doing this with someone, then you're kind of like telling that to yourself. Look, just give yourself a break for a moment and not be so hard on yourself with whatever you've been dealing with, because I feel like it's been heavy. Okay. I do get this impression as well that you could get some very positive news to do with your career or to do with your business. There may be somebody wanting to come through and be very generous and invest in a project that you're working on, or a business or a service. Whether this is somebody that's in a familiar line of business to you, or whether this is somebody like a family member or a friend who's just like, look, I know that you've been struggling, and they may be kind of offering potentially to allow you to borrow money. Now, obviously, I feel like they know that you're obviously going to pay them back, right? And I feel like you're very keen to pay this person back, or you could be already in the process of paying back someone, but you're privately dealing with this burden to do with that, knowing that you've got to do this, and you'd ideally like to do it quicker, because obviously you were in a difficult spot, but then you've not been able to do this repayment as quickly as you'd like to, and so therefore you're feeling a bit guilty or anxious about how the other person may be perceiving you, because of the fact that you've not been able to kind of pay up in full as quickly as you'd like. So I'm hearing not to worry. Okay, this person is actually very compassionate, very understanding. They get it, right? And I feel like they're not necessarily in a position and place of bother. So where it's like they really need it like immediately. So they're covered. So there isn't really necessarily the sense of having to worry as much about this. They are very full aware that they know you will pay them back. Okay. Not necessarily in the timeline you were hoping for, right? But they know that you will do. And they know that you're very grateful and appreciative for this assistance and help in the first place. But also, I feel like they very much know that you're coming from a good place, and that you wouldn't have asked or reached out to them if you weren't really in a spot of bother, or you hadn't really been struggling. Like, it would have been last resort type of thing. So I feel like somebody's going to communicate with you, even if you haven't brought it up, but they can sense that something is not quite right with your energy, or that you're acting a little bit differently around them, or a little bit wary, or feel like the energy has shifted. They may even just broach up the subject to alleviate this worry for you and say, look, everything's going to be fine, not to worry about it. I've done it because I've wanted to assist you. Um, and I don't feel like they're putting pressure on you. Like, it's just going to make you feel comforted that they've actually spoke up and said of something. And I'm hearing like they then tell like a little joke at the end, or like turn something into banter, um like try to make it like into a funny situation, so you see the lighter side of it. So it's like, oh, okay, now I don't feel so burdened or upset to do with this. I know that's come through quite heavily here. I feel like somebody knows you're doing everything you can at this point in order to advance or improve your life, especially to do with your career and your finances or your business. Like, they know that you're someone that's very busy and you're very productive, and you know, you're putting yourself out there as most as you can for certain offers or opportunities. Like, I'm getting something to do with being online more. Um, and I feel like you've just had this sense of like a bout of bad luck to do with whatever this is. So they're going to I'm just getting this energy like somebody knows you've really struggled and had a hard time, and that you're trying to be strong and put on a brave face, and you're showing so much determination and resilience with whatever it is that you're dealing with. And I feel like you deep down know, right, that you're going to be very successful, and you're continually kind of striving forward here. Like, others see that you're going to be very successful, like they know that you have a vision and the sense of belief within yourself, right? But something didn't necessarily turn out in the way that you would have liked it previously, or it didn't like unfold quick enough for you in the timing to have this elevation or advancement. And so therefore there's been this sense of, oh, what have I, done wrong here? But I'm hearing you haven't done anything wrong, right? And I'm hearing you haven't done everything wrong. I'm hearing it's just been a matter of alignment and divine timing with the Wheel of Fortune. So there will be a positive turn in your favor, a breakthrough, and there will be a lot of improvement in many areas of your life. But I'm hearing just carry on with whatever you're dealing with the best that you can, and not to kind of overly worry about the financial aspect of things or your career, because there will be level ups. There will be level ups. Anyway, guys, it's all the messages I'm kind of picking up on for you today. I know it may sound quite specific, but I'm getting what I'm getting. So we have strong fire and earth coming through. Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, Sagittarius coming through the most. But 10, 10, 10, 6, 6, 6, 4, 4, 4, 44, 7, 1, 7, 8, 8, 8, 7, 7, 7, maybe very significant. You could be seeing of those numbers. But that's going to be the end of the reading. So I hope that there have been some messages, a few messages, if not the whole reading, that potentially resonated. If you have enjoyed this reading and you wish to support myself and the channel, there are donation links available. There is a PayPal link in the description box below, and the other option is Super Thanks, which is listed underneath this video. Even if you don't financially donate, a wonderful way to energetically donate is to like, share, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll get back to you guys on those comments. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get an alert to when I post another video. But hope you guys have a good week. Sending love and light your way. Many blessings, and please take care. Thank you. Bye, guys.